The Life of St. Fursey, Abbot of Burgh Castle and Perron, as compiled by Vladimir Moss. Our Holy Father Fursey was born in about 575 in Ireland, on an island in Lough Corrib, where the ruins of a church dedicated to him still stand. When he was already well known for his holiness of life, he decided to go into voluntary exile for the Lord's sake, to avoid the crowds that resorted to him. And so, coming to Suffolk with a group of missionaries, he was well received by King Sigebert and set about preaching the gospel, converting many unbelievers to Christ. Then he fell ill and was granted a vision by God in which he was told to continue his ministry of preaching and asceticism, since the end for all is certain, but the hour is uncertain. He proceeded to build a monastery on ground given him by King Sigebert at Burgh Castle, an ancient Roman fort on the East Anglian coast. Falling ill again, his soul left his body from evening until the next morning. Being restored to his body at that time, writes the Venerable Bede, he not only saw the greater joys of the blessed, but also extraordinary combats of evil spirits, who by frequent accusations wickedly endeavored to obstruct his journey to heaven, but the angels protecting him, all their endeavors were in vain. The blessed Fursey saw many other terrible things in this vision, and when he was restored to his body, bore the mark of the fire of hell on his shoulder and jaw. Soon after this, Fursey entrusted all the business of the monastery to his brother Foyan and the priests Gobin and Dicule, and went to live for a year as a hermit with another brother of his called Ultan. King Sigebert had been so impressed by Fursey that he had abandoned the throne of the East Angles to his relative Ygric and became a monk. However, when in 636 the pagan king Penda invaded the land, the people demanded that Sigebert come out of his monastery and lead the resistance. Sigebert refused, but the people drew him out against his will and carried him to the battlefield to encourage the soldiers, for he had been a notable and brave commander. Sigebert, however, would carry nothing in his hand except a wand, and was killed together with Ygric and many of his countrymen. At this point, Fursey decided to leave for France. There he was helped by Erconwald, mayor of Neustria, who gave him land for a monastery at Lagny-sur-Marne. He died at Mézerel on the Somme in about the year 650, and was buried by Erconwald in the porch of a church he was building at Perron, until the church could be dedicated. This dedication took place 27 days later, and when the body of the saint was being taken from the porch to be reburied near the altar, it was found to be completely incorrupt. 4 years later, it was again found to be incorrupt, and many miracles were wrought through his intercession. The Orthodox Church celebrates the memory of St. Fursey of Burgh Castle and Perron on January 16th. Holy Abbot Fursey, pray to God for us.